Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Uncook and Wine. Today I'm joined by my co-host Fari and Tao behind the scenes. Hi guys, how are you?
We good.
How are you feeling after
doing?
How are you feeling after the last episode?
Feeling great.
You feel great, right?
Successful, I should say.
I'm glad you guys feel successful. I had a blast. When I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, we actually had fun.
Too much fun.
Mm.
I think we already uncocked and rewind.
And the wine
That's so
was
true.
whining.
Yeah.
The wine was whining indeed.
Okay, so anyway, besides that, how's your week? Anything interesting happened?
Oh, a lot did happen. I mean, looking
What?
for money did happen. Well, social media was happening and buzzing. You know the real. You know the real world is on social media.
Social
these
and
days.
what's happening. But what was happening with your life? I want to know what was happening
Ah,
with
my
your
personal
life.
life.
She's like, my
Well,
personal life, yes. Finding your personal
Stop.
You're hustling. Tell what happened.
Not just the hustling and bustling, the money thing. Yeah, you've got to hustle.
You guys
You've
have
got to.
money.
Yeah, it's all about money
Did you
nowadays.
make money though?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
we're trying.
You did. Can I be
We need to be optimistic.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I was reading somewhere today. No, I think I was listening to something on TikTok, and the guy was like, I don't know if you've heard about imposter syndrome. And sometimes I feel like that. I feel like, oh my God, I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. And he was like, you should stop telling. Sometimes it's not imposter syndrome. It's because as Africans, we're taught to be humble. We're taught to say, no, I'm trying and to try. It's working, guys. You should be. And I was like, oh wow, I think this is what I go through all the time. Because sometimes I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. I need to work harder. And sometimes I am working hard. Sometimes things are working out. I am making the money,
Yeah.
even if it's not the amount, but I am doing something. So it's good you're looking at it that way. And then speaking of money, you guys, and speaking of social media, speaking of trending issues, did you all see the Russian-South African issue?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, having
Okay.
a lot of celebrities and all.
Tell me, did you see it?
No, I
Let me
didn't.
explain.
Yeah, please.
So this is what happened, right? So apparently there's a company in Russia, okay, that's approached South African female influencers. Like the CN Bushes, the Simas, the Munakas. I don't know if you know Munaka. She was on this Netflix show. I think Love something. I forgot. The one with Minnie Dlamini.
I think if I'm just see a face, I'll know
You would
her.
know her,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
know
the
if
name
you
is
put her
familiar.
face.
Yeah.
Can you do that? I don't know. But yeah, so this Russian company approached these South African influencers, young female influencers that are really doing well, and said, look, we're looking for workers in our factories, in our companies, right? And they have to be female and between the ages of 18 and 22. Okay? So, yeah, it was very specific. So those South African influencers, they started posting and advertising. They even went to Russia to go actually see the place, right? And so they were advertising. So people went crazy. I don't know what, started the whole thing, because I don't even know the time they went to Russia, but it's been a while. And then someone brings it up and is like, wait, why are you only asking for females? Why are you asking for females between the ages of 18 and 22? And then also people were like, why not guys? And besides, young girls between the ages of 18 and 22, why would they want to work in factories? And then one of them gave an excuse saying, young girls, I think I saw it on TikTok, young girls pay attention to detail. And we're like, what? At 18? What?
Wow.
What attention to detail am I paying? So people went crazy on social media, posted saying this smells like human trafficking. And the influencers obviously came out and said, we were approached and this was work for us. We were told it's ABCD. You understand? This is what we thought it was. And then the other one was like, I even smelled it, I asked questions, but they still went ahead. But now they have been banned by TikTok because, again, it's becoming an issue that is being investigated. Guys, what do you think? Is it a human trafficking thing or?
It does smell like human trafficking to me because one, age group, these girls are supposed to be in uni or they're supposed to be in college to begin with. I mean, are they recruiting African girls specifically?
They said South African girls.
Huh.
I don't know if they recruit. No, but CNN in one of her videos, she was like, the other people from other countries. I don't know if it was part of just the advertising or that's what's on the ground in Russia right now. So
And another thing, do they do their thorough research? Because Shunshagada Isoka, it just says a lot. It just raises red flags automatically.
But okay,
You need to research it further, especially when you're going to be representing a brand or a company. Because at the end of the day, you're the brand and you're the one that's going to get compromised. You can be told, oh my God, I'm selling a certain drink. What if the drink actually has drugs in it? I mean, do you research thoroughly before you even sell the drink? And what if those clothes have been taken off dead people? Let's say you're advertising clothes. What if it's kids working in those factories to make those clothes?
Sorry,
Those are
not
things we need to
dead
think about, hey?
you
You never know. I don't know.
No, actually, I agree with you, Fari. Why South African girls? Why African girls? And why that age specifically? Now, to me, I feel like it's a vulnerable age, and yeah, that's it smells like human trafficking in there. Yeah.
Okay, so there's something that you mentioned, Farah. You said these influencers were supposed to do their research, but guys, let's be honest, right? As an influencer and someone, obviously they were flown to Russia. We don't know how much they were given. You're an influencer. You're trying to make the bag. I know they should have researched. I know they should, but how many of our influencers are really doing background research?
A few. They only do background money research.
Because if someone comes to me today and is like, I've got the business class, let's go to America. Already I know I'm going to be creating content all the way. I'm not saying what they did is right. I'm just saying, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, how many influencers will let this opportunity just go?
A few. Oh, sorry, none.
Oh, a few. Because I asked Magic, he posted something on Twitter, and I was like, how come this didn't come to Zim? Because I'm sure a lot of people would have, considering the situation. And he's like, we refuse Chakaramba. So is it
makes a lot of sense. I mean, it did raise a lot of questions like why, why Black African women is the question. That age group. I mean, look, women in their 30s can still work in factories. Women in their 40s can still work in factories. Why that specific age group?
And why not boys?
Why not boys are way stronger than women. Yeah.
Where's more in an industry? Is there any evidence that girls between that age are paying attention to detail? What evidence is there to show that?
I think they're just trying to. We don't know. The company hasn't issued. I don't think the company has issued a statement. We're all waiting for the company to issue a statement to explain, really, to say, hey, this is what's happening. And then I saw another girl from South Africa. I think she's in Russia. She was doing a TikTok, and then she was like, we actually contacted the company because we are in Russia and said, hey, we are in Russia. Me and my boyfriend actually can speak Russian properly. We also we're influencers. We're not as big as these guys, but we want to be part of it. And apparently they ghosted him. So, which doesn't make sense, because she was like, why are you flying people that are in South Africa, which is more expensive for you, when there are South Africans in Russia that can actually help you? But anyway, the whole thing is dodgy. I don't know what will come out. But you also feel it's fair for TikTok to ban these influencers, to kind of because their accounts are gone.
Okay, question is, who owns TikTok? Is it an American company?
It's a Chinese company.
But China is affiliated with which countries? America, right? It's affiliated with America as well, right? At the end of the day, it's about their relations when you get to look at it. And look, there's always been an old-time war between Russia and America. We know that. Look, I'm not going to talk about conspiracies here. But
I get what you're saying.
It's when you look at it, it's probably another country making the other country look bad. Like, oh my God, it's a Russian company. It's about painting the other person look, to make another person look bad. Wow, I like the look on your face.
And you know what? I've been reading on this, and this is the first time I'm hearing this, which is very interesting. So, but okay. I
mean, there's more to it than it meets the eye when you get to think about certain things, hey? To make somebody else look bad.
Let's move on. Okay, speaking of Twitter, speaking of things being viral, there was a lady from Nigeria, a Twitter socialite. She's on TikTok. Her name is Mizal. So she posted recently that she got married and Twitter went crazy. X went crazy. Elon Musk is gonna come for us. X goes crazy. They start digging up her old tweets. Guys, these tweets are crazy. I'm gonna read some of them. So this girl posts, we're gonna put the post here. She posts her, you know how in Nigeria they go to the court and then they have the whole banner in the back. She posts her and her boyfriend. She's like,
Boyfriend or husband?
husband now. She's like, I got hitched or sealed. She's excited, and in most cases you'd expect people to be happy for you, but no.
People
Nigerian Twitter went crazy. They started digging up her. I think okay. They started digging up her tweets, right? And then, the guys were telling this guy, do you even know the type of woman you've married? Like, let's show you the type of woman you've married. And the girl was like, he knows who I am, and he still chose me. She was honored. So there's some of the tweets that they digged up were from 2020, 2022. This is 2025, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll read some. Some are just, I will try and be. She says, this one's D is just big for nothing, incapable of taking me places. Big D's are overrated. This is like in April 2020, and this person is married. And then she also says, I once broke up with a guy because he was too soft. Extreme ajibata. I don't know what does ajibata. I think I know what it means in Nigeria. No, ajibata is like a soft breed or something. I think I've heard of. Dude had maybe a sim. Yeah. Dude had everything: the looks, the height, financially. To top it off, he gave easily, but I just couldn't cope with how soft he was. Now I think of it, I was foolish then. Okay, should I go on?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So, and then she says, this is now in 2022. Those were like 2020. Fari's face. Fari, are you judging?
Oh.
And she says, this is the second time this morning that I'm seeing a men's D against my will. When will you men learn to pee with total discretion? Okay, I don't see anything wrong with this one. She's like, I've been dodging vacation invites since early this year, simply because these are not people I intend sleeping with. I really do not understand how you'd say yes to a trip with a man and not expect D to be on the menu. Okay?
Right.
Okay, I think those are some of them. Let me just see if I can read 2 or 3. But there are a lot of tweets. There's also her twerking. Yeah.
Was she drunk?
To begin with,
No,
who
but this
is
from
she?
2022. She's just a Nigerian socialite. She's just someone who's on Twitter.
Oh.
Just like me, or we're on Twitter. And then I've got my posts. And then she's posted her... Actually, I wish I could show those pictures. I don't know if you can. I'll ask. But and then she's posted, I'm horny as AF. Then she's posted a video saying signs I'd give when I'm horny in public. This is 2020. Horny.
Now you can stop.
Okay, the last one, 2023. There shouldn't be any shame attached to asking for money from someone who wants to have sex with you. Because of my views on sex and it being overrated, it's really difficult for me to love someone or stay with the person solely for it. Okay, let me stop here because
And how old is she now?
I don't know, but she's probably, from her picture, I think she's probably in the mid-20s, probably not late 20s. So one of the response from guys,
Yeah, that's extra.
Wow.
I'm trying to look
Just like
for what the guys were saying. Also, this one was actually in support of her, I think. They say other items such as seductive poses and whatever looks, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now she is baptized anew with her marriage, but the bush path she treaded before reaching her new juncture has her footprints in bold glare. Her TL is replete with the offensive footage. There are too many that could mean... Okay. This guy is basically saying, listen, her getting married, she feels like she's a new person, but she's not. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Oh, you know what? We all have skeletons and corpses and we have some fresh graves and and all that yada yada in the mix. And look, by human nature, people will dig up your past because they want to understand who you are. It's okay if she talked to her man about it prior to all this. Like, listen, this is what I've done. This is the type of person that I am, and he still chose to stay, and they put the ring on it. It's okay for him to celebrate that. And look, we're all humans, and we're not supposed to judge. But for some weird reason, we do judge regardless. Hey, and it's really hard for her right now because she's being bashed about things that she spoke about when she was still young, out of ignorance, out of arrogance, out of wanting likes, out of wanting whatever it is that she was. Look, she knows the reasons why she was going off and boldly, putting it all out there.
I don't think she's going through it because 2 days ago she just posted a ring. This has been happening for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then yesterday she was like, this man just took me to the market and I haven't stopped smiling. I don't know if it's because the market is so big, like every single thing I've been needing. And like every single thing I'd be needing would be gotten in one place without me having to go up and down. Oh, she's happy. She doesn't care about what y'all saying. But you know what I found? What I found really sad is how people were attacking the men, saying he's a simp, he's so stupid. Well, how could you marry such a person? But guys, isn't love blind? Tell.
I would have gone off to social media with my man and went private. Honestly.
No, I think to begin with, when she started posting, maybe she could have been naive, young, immature, not knowing what she is posting. I don't know her age, but I would say she has started a new chapter in life. And the man obviously knows that I've married this type of a person, and we have a native saying Shona that Rorana Matongo, meaning to say Rorana no I'm no ziwana now, like marry someone whom you have dug her background, you know everything about her. So I'm sure the man has done his background check, analysis, and all that. But coming back to social media, we are all bound to judge. We're all bound to comment. I asked what does she do? She's a socialite. She's bound to influence lives. And if she influences lives, we are bound to check her background. Checking her background makes us understand who she is. Now, what has she done to people? Now, vakadzi ari kuchemera kuroorwa. Aroorwa aposta ring ari kudada. And now I'm going to scroll through her social platform to see. Let me copy the same thing that she does. And now, scrolling down the social platform, you see her posting, and I was thinking of this word that it's an English word that say nymphomanic. It means a female person that desires that not attention,
No,
sexual. Yeah.
Like how
So,
can she, like she's never satisfied, or he or she's never satisfied.
yeah, because she was commenting all types, sizes, and all that. Now my question is, yes, she's happy herself, but is it temporary that she's happy now? What if that man that she got married to won't satisfy her needs?
I've got two questions. The first one is it also safe to say that it doesn't matter what character a person has, if a man wants to marry you, they'll marry you? Like, because already we especially in Zimbabwe, in a society where we're told act like this. I've been told on Twitter, no one is marrying you, whatever, because you post A, B, C, D. Is it also safe to say men would marry whoever they want, even if you act like? Because that man had a choice. He could have found a church girl who doesn't post whatever, but he chose her. Despite her tweets, despite her TikToks, twerking, he still chose her and married her. And there's a church girl somewhere praying, and so I think that's my first question to say.
And probably they made on X.
Maybe he's been following her since 2020, and he's been saying, I'm gonna make her mine. And then I think the second thing is the impact of social media. in terms of, because I say a lot of nonsense. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, you know.
Wait, do you say nonsense or you say things that do make sense?
No, they do make sense, but people try to portray, I don't know, people just try to, I feel like
Everyone has an opinion. That's a
I
fact.
believe in my opinions. I will never back down on my opinions. I believe in everything I say. But then sometimes I just say things just to make people laugh or to make people comment. And it got me thinking to say, wow,
She's extra.
no, not that she's extra, but to say, will social media really impact my marriage? If I was to get married today, like, will people be like, oh, you're marrying this girl that says no 50-50, so it means you're going to be taking care of her life. Like, what do you think of that?
I personally think you need to learn to separate the social media you and then the real you. Of course, one way or the other, it says a lot of, I mean, there is a reflection of you on social media and then the life that you live, you are just generally as a person. So, is bound to happen, Handy. But then somebody needs to learn to separate the two people altogether. No, this is Todo Kanari Pashi on the mic, and then this is a whole different Wanawama is Mango on the other side. I had to put it that way. You know, like separate those
But
two
I feel like
altogether.
I'm the same person though.
The one who
Unfortunately,
posts and the one who's like
I feel like I'm the same person because let me tell you why. Because I've met people, I've had guys come to my DMs and they're like, are you really dramatic as you are in real life? I'm like, I don't know what you mean, but this is who I am. If I say I don't want to have kids because I don't have money online, I'm still going to say it to the person I meet. Or, you understand? I'm still going to have the same views. If I say I don't believe in 50-50, don't think if you come and ask me out, I'm going to one day pay for the bill. No, I'm not. You know, like because, and also I feel like the moment you're going back to like influencing and being, I feel like the moment you're not yourself, most of the people that are not themselves, they really don't do well on social media. Sorry to say. However, this guy decided to marry this person because that's why she's still posting. That's why she's still talking about how beautiful she posted an engagement ring. The guy was sitting next to the car. They're still going strong. They're okay. He is okay. So maybe in her case, maybe she's got two different personalities. Maybe that was just for numbers. There are people like that.
Or maybe Akura.
2020, 2022, 2023, and then 2024, and then 2025. Because the post I was reading, some are from 2020, some are from 2022. It's not like one post from 2018. There was a time. It's like, this is a constant, this is her content. This is a niche. She talks about sex. She talks about men. This is her content.
I think you are what you eat, and what you eat is who you are. She's actually showing herself that this is who I am. Whether it's social media, it's her life personally, that's just who she is. And she's got the platform to show herself. That's herself.
That's why they say, social media is not for us Africans.
Exactly, because we're judging her for what. Because if I'm to be a bit controversial right now, I'm going to allow myself to be a bit controversial and say there is absolutely nothing wrong with what she's saying. Deepa's laughing. No,
Okay.
because again, listen, these are conversations you have with your friends.
Yeah.
Am I lying? As girls, as guys, these are conversations you have in your private spaces.
Thank you for saying private spaces.
No.
As friends also, we're not friends on social media. Everyone has an opinion
Guys,
there.
let me land. Let me get to my point. My point being is, these are conversations that we have, and like you're saying, for Africans, I think we haven't gotten to a point to accept, hey, we are having sex. We are having sex when we're not married. Right? It is happening. It's a fact.
But there's no shamba social media.
But it's happening. Because it's a social media tweeting is, you say your mind, you say your thoughts. So it's okay for me to talk about bashing someone else, but it's not okay for me to talk about sex.
No, don't bash either. Do it in your private space.
So it's okay for me to say something else and not talk about something else because as Africans, Mnonyara.
No, we actually are rooted in culture. I've seen this meme of a guy who was saying, Tadurisirwa. Should we show her parents a video of her twerking in a bar? Should we show her parents of what she was doing? So I think that also we should comment on that we are rooted in culture, and her being that, should.
I understand when you say we're rooted in culture, fine, right? But you as a man, you have chosen her, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have chosen her. Whether her parents say they want 10,000, you chose her. Again, I'll go back to the issues. I think we had a conversation last week where, I think I posted about it, where I was saying, you see me on social media. You know I drink wine. You know I post in a bikini. You know I twerk. You know I'm posting this, right? You have decided this is the person I want to make my wife. Right? You have seen all this. Then why are you complaining? Because as I am, my parents see the value in me. You don't, it's fine. The whole Twitter doesn't. It's fine. But you and my parents have decided I'm valuable enough to be a wife. So don't come and complain. There are a lot of choices. There are women that are posting and saying, I saw some girl on TikTok, she's a 30-year-old virgin. If you want a virgin, go to a virgin. If you want a bower girl, go to a bower girl. Don't come and start deciding, this one doesn't deserve such much bride price, or this one doesn't deserve to get married, doesn't deserve a ring because she's twerking.
Okay, whilst doing that too, though, I'm saying the husband is not complaining.
No, the husband is fine.
Yes, they're fine. Apparently, they're all fine, right? But they're bound to be clouded by those views now.
Yeah.
And those views,
People's
they're going to affect their marriage somehow. They're going to.
Even now, I think when somebody takes Baden Jaraki or Zinzaraki, auntie, and I hope to change Munwaki. Everybody that has Munanunzi, Haiti, and I'm going to come but don't I can change this person to suit my liking, slowly but surely. It also comes as women and so on, say, like, no, I just change. Change. Exactly, you get what I mean. And then Mrumako does this and that, I just change. The nominal material, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. That's what happens, hey. And if I'm not mistaken, that's exactly what's happening here.
So are you saying there are no people that are just accepting to say, listen, Varibo, I thought of a
No,
I thought of someone, I don't know if you think, but I can't say. There are people that I know there are people that their parents tell them, you can't marry this person, you can't, but they'll stick to their word. They'll be like, this is the person I love. I don't care what you guys say. This is like, I've seen instances, I've seen it on social media. Some people we know where it's like, of all the girls, really? That one? And then, the guy sticks to it. So, again, it's all about where you are in life, what you decide.
No, I think that's just being stubborn. I've just remembered what my mom used to tell me. A stubborn fly follows the corpse to the grave.
So the guy's a stubborn fly here?
Yeah, he's a stubborn fly.
And so wait, but you're just judging this girl because of her tweets. I think I was having this conversation very early on. I was like, she was like, we're talking about how people bash me sometimes. I was like, I honestly don't care if it's people I don't know. If she goes and comments and says something nasty, I'm like, dude, you've got my number. You could have called me and said, I told you I'll post that VT, visa or something, or because you've got my number. So I get irritated if it's someone I know. If it's someone I don't know, I don't care. Say whatever you want to say. So my point is, this girl could have been posting this for likes, for followers.
Yeah.
But
Like I did say.
maybe she is just a good girl. She doesn't, probably her body count is not even as big as we.
No, but
Okay,
but good. You cannot say good.
I'm just saying because people are assuming because the guys were advising the guy, hey, this girl has slept with so many people. Some of the 3 guys she slept with were actually at the wedding. Yada yada yada.
No, you cannot say you're good at night. You're good in the morning. You're good. You should be good. Just be good.
Yeah.
Whether it's on social media, whether it's wherever, just you be good.
So talking about sex makes you a bad person?
No.
There's a certain way to talk about it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You've got friends. You've got private spaces. You should not. Sex is actually in an African culture is sacred. No, you should not talk about sex.
Pana kutaura unezvebonde.
Yes.
Get what I mean? In a certain way, you know.
She had to.
Not into detail like that, like
not graphically, you know. Because sisi tanzwa. Because kuba mazorudundura nyaya nengo yekudaro.
That's why his
you
Africans
know?
were still
Tanzi
dying.
Ibota, like what's that Nigerian word? I think in Shona would say porridge, like chinchingori
Ajabata.
ajabata. Yeah, it's you cannot talk about that.
Why though? Who says
Right.
that? Culture.
Okay.
What culture?
No,
says
no,
we
actually,
cannot
no,
have
no, no,
conversations
no,
about
no.
sex or what a woman is. Because again, listen, this is my problem with. Sorry, controversy. This is my problem with African culture and us being African. We decide we don't want to talk about these things, right? We can't talk about these things. We say these things, you know, but people are doing it. It's happening. It's real life. And the problems that these things that we're avoiding to talk about that are giving us it's sicknesses, second wives, side chicks, pregnancies, young kids getting married, just because they feel like they can't come to you and talk about it. They feel like you cannot have an open conversation about it. So I will go and abort Gunasekuru because I can't be honest to my mom to say I had sex at 15. Do you understand? Because that's where it starts. But imagine if it was something that we put on social media, we allow parents to get used to it. And kids will not be drinking pills, getting STIs. We tell them how to, it's an open conversation.
No,
So it starts somewhere. It cannot be a private conversation, but yet it's still killing us as kids, killing our kids and destroying our kids. It has to start somewhere else. We have to be comfortable with the D word. Because it's happening. And unfortunately, it's affecting our kids.
Okay, Tara. I think we should not talk about it on social media. That's where
the kids are.
We are
They spend
Africans.
90% of their day there.
I don't want to say there's anything wrong with us as Africans. No, we have structures. We have vanatete to talk about this.
When last did you talk to your tete? When last you talk to your tete?
Yeah,
about
that's
your
where I
relationship?
wanted to. That's where I wanted to
If
go
we're to
now.
be honest.
I think we are mixing both cultures, and that's when we start to mix these cultures. You're taking it from the west, the east, and then it's all messed up. You're mixing all that. But if we are to be Africans, if we are to accept our identity as Africans, I don't think there's anything wrong.
it's too
Going
late
to
for
your
that
tete,
now.
going to your tete and talk to your tete about
Faris
Tete.
wants to say something. I can see.
ndavhunguruvhaizwa tete ndaitwa say there's nothing wrong about that. Now putting it on social media, we are going to judge you. And also, if you're applying for a job, obviously we're going to scroll through your social media. That's where we know who you are.
All right. They always say, not they always say, I'm not going to use the say they always say, but kana wanzo munhu mukuru akata the late Tongai Mwashiti ingatakunda miedzo wani kana nzenza rinororwa wani. That's pretty much what happened to this girl. She got married, and mind you, two cannot work together unless they want an agreement. Those two are actually peas from the same pod. I think that's what's happening in their marriage right now. What it is that made them agree to it, it's their agreement, and it's okay. People are going to come out of the cracks, and they're going to see whatever it is that they're going to say. It's okay. You're allowed to. And I'm sure she knew it was going to happen. And I think she did brace herself. He did brace himself. Maybe not to that magnitude, but it did happen.
I mean, if he's an okay person, he probably, because nowadays when people meet, they Google each other. So listen, he knew. I Google people that I don't like.
Yeah, you have.
Who are you? But also, it's just you mentioned Kuti in terms of employment, right? That's another thing. I know I post a lot of stuff on social media, but I'm also careful. Because if it's not even just social media, anything that has a camera recording, like what are you saying, who's recording you, what are you doing, I feel like that's another thing that people just have to be aware of nowadays. It reminds me of, what was that Miss Zim? There was, you remember, Aunt Emily?
Which one?
Way back, I don't know you guys, you remember Emily? The one that had a sex tape, was it a sex tape? Or a video where she was giving someone a blowjob. She was calling Miss Zim today, and then tomorrow it was taken away.
Yeah.
Happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Not just once. Who else?
2 or 3 times.
Really?
Or rather, a lot of beauty queens, they have had such a whole controversy of being removed, being taken, the crown being
Oh,
taken.
I remember her because I was like, I was so happy when she won, and then people didn't like her. They're like, she's not really beautiful. And then someone just leaked a video of her, you know,
In
so
such a compromising position.
compromising. So I feel like if you're a person, because I post because I know what lane I want to go professionally, but I also believe there's some professions, or if you want to be married by a pastor or that type of man that you know is going to be worried, I feel like people should just be careful about, in as much as I'm okay with it, but I feel like if you have a plan in terms of your career goals, in terms of your career path, to say, look, at some point I want to be the president of Zimbabwe, you know, at some point I want to be the Miss Universe or whatever. I think this is because obviously this girl can't be Miss Nigeria at any point with this kind of tweets, because already people are going to be like against her. And just like I'm saying, and also I think there was a time in America there was a footballer that had a video, he was smoking weed, saying some racial slurs, and then he had gotten a good like contract.
Yeah.
And then after a week they told him he can't.
Yeah. Because look, it's about who you represent at the end of the day. You're a brand, so why do you?
Good.
If you're okay, you're a brand no matter where you go, and you represent when you're standing here, you're representing your mom, you're representing your dad, you're representing your sister, everybody. When I look at you, I see your background, I see who you are and what you are. I mean, wow, you sound like I'm just like going. No,
I'm trying to think. Do I represent my family well?
Those are things that people always, just like Tawo was talking about, the issue of culture, whereby you need to also censor yourself, you know. No, but my kids, and this is the man that I'm going to date, and this is you know. Because when they look at me, they're like, you know.
And
We're
also
still black, we're still African.
there's this thing that we're not looking at. Confidence in your marriage, it's important. Now she's not confident. You cannot be confident when you cannot be confident and face your man when you doing all those type of, I would say, bullshit.
You see, confidence is very important. About skeletons, but they're not these
Okay,
type of
question
skeletons.
before we round up the segment. Tao, would you marry someone like Nizal? Like you meet her, okay? You meet her today. I think was like, hell no. No. He's shaking his head. It's like,
I'm not doing that.
I was like, I feel like, okay. You meet a girl today. You meet her at church. You don't know what her Twitter account is. You go on 2 dates, and then the third date, you're like, are you on social media? What's your Twitter handle? And then you see all this stuff. But she's been amazing. You've met her family. She's got a good job. She's not even asking for 50. She's asking for 50-50. She's paying the bill, my dates.
You like me at 50-50.
She's paying the bill. She dresses well. She doesn't embarrass you in public. She looks decent. She's a beautiful girl, and you're falling for this girl. And then on the third date, you meet her, and then you're like, let's exchange my handles. Or you just decide, let me Google this girl. And then her tweets talking about the D come up. What would you do?
Respectfully.
Wow. Personally, I won't take her. Why? She doesn't meet my standards. I will applaud the guy for standing up and choosing her.
No, we're asking you. So you're saying you'd break it up?
Nah, no.
Right, you're attracted to this girl. Like, she's paying for the dinner dates.
That's a total no for me. I can't take a Mutuem Sango. Kwisamba.
So would you rather have a girl who's doing the exact same thing that she's tweeting about but you don't know about? So maybe you meet another one, right? And everything this girl is tweeting about, she does, but she's just hiding. She's just in private. She's a serial cheater. She's been with a lot of men, right? And this one is tweeting about it, but it's just for numbers. This one is actually doing what this one is tweeting about, but she's not tweeting about it. Who would you choose?
All right, I will say kana kudorada kufa kana kaona ropa. You know varamaziso doesn't want to see kuti ndikuurayiwa nei harisi kuda kuona kuti ndikuurayiwa nei so kuurayiwa nechinhu chakuziva kuti chinoda kutondiuraya ichi no, that's terrible. You can't kutopinda pared robot unyatsoziva kuti iri red robot kune zvekutouya zvekutondiuraya. No, you can't. I can't do that. Better nditopinda hangu ndozongotosurpriswa nerufu ndapinda. No this. I can't. Yes, that's the same. When unotsvaga nyatsokuti handaurora patouchline, you can't do that. Because that's touchline low key.
Okay. Thank you.
And iwewe ngathi kubvunza, would you date a dude that treats like that?
No.
Or- and
To
actually
begin with, will you allow your brother to marry her?
Muritete. Oh, this is gonna be fun. You know what?
No, okay, I'll be honest. Listen, I will judge, but they will be judging, they would be gossiping in the family. But, that would happen. But me as guys, I told you I'm liberal as a person, as a human being. I believe in second chances. I believe people. I believe in getting to know someone before judging them. Because I have had people in my corner, I have seen people around me that I thought were good people do the most horrendous things. People from church, people that dress well, people that look well, that talk well, do the most evil things. Do you understand? I have been around people like that. To a point where I'm like, you know what? It's only until you know someone that you can determine this is a good person. I know people that have been married, Auntie. They have married, church, and then they're in their marriage. But when the marriage was happening, everyone was celebrating and saying, she's so good. I don't know much. I need to say, I have experienced that. And I've also seen Zenza zichirorwa. So if my brother comes to me and says, Mizelle is the woman, I trust my brother's judgment. Because I trust he has been brought up in a way where he understands, he knows what good is, what bad is, right? So will I gossip about her in the family meeting group? I will talk about him like, but I would not stop him from marrying that person because I've seen people become miserable marrying the good church girls. I've seen people, men, kuonda, akarora mskana yanonzi is a good girl. So, again, guys, from my perspective, at the end of the day, marriage, because do you know what I sense from all this talk? I sense it's all about people.
Now, I'll ask you a question, Ati.
It's not even about you personally. Most of the time, people don't marry people they want because, like with this guy, and like you're saying, Kuti, whatever people are saying, it's going to affect his judgment, it's going to affect their marriage. It's just like you right now. The moment that girl comes, imagine if you were born alone without family, and this is the girl you want. Without family, you don't have parents to report to, you don't have sisters, you don't have aunties, you probably marry that person. But the fact that you're thinking, Kuti, mai vangu, baba vangu, tete vangu vakazonzwa kuti, nzenzai, ndiya ndarora. Church, people are going. So most of the time, people don't find happiness because of what people are going to say. And unfortunately, I'm not. If my brother wants to, no, marry a good wife.
Mr. Putin would have said, exactly. But then I would ask a question. Kuti kana munhu akabuda pachena kuti hai ndiri mbavha. Zeta rapia yemusungeri inomusiya here because abuda pachena. Anotomusunga because atotaura ndiri mbavha. There's this training video of a white guy. Arikuti yanze watora chi? Did you?
Which one? No.
No, there's a training video of this white guy anga arikusungwa kunza kani yeah. Akatosungwa because anga arikuita zvinhu si right. And akatobuda pachena kuti ndiri kuita zvinhu si right. So kutobuda pachena kuti ndiri kuita zvinhu si right does not make you good. Does not label you right at all.
It does not make you bad as well.
It does make you.
It does. It does.
Because raises
It's
the questions.
It's
and the
bad
flags.
to who? Her
It
saying
paints
she
you
wants
black.
to sleep with someone. How is it bad? Because Fari, me and you can have a private conversation. I tell you, Fari, I want to sleep with someone. The only difference is, if someone invites me on vacation, I'm going to go. We as girls can have this conversation, and the only difference is I'm just taking a private conversation and putting it on social media. But does it make me todo? The fact that I've told Fari, ndarara na ningi ngari ajebata. Auntie, I've had this conversation with Fari. Does it make me a bad person?
Why do you have to
You've
make it
told
public
Fari.
knowledge?
You've not.
No, listen, wait. Going to your point, I've had this conversation with Fari. I've said I've slept with this guy. His deal was like, girls have such conversations, right? Does it make me a bad person?
Because in private.
No. Does it make me a bad person to discuss my sexual life with my friends?
The question is to who?
Makes you worse because you're seeing it on social media.
Oh no, does it? Who does it make you bad to? Is the
I'm not a
question.
bad person, I'm
To
just
Fari or to the whole world?
Hey, just say no go.
Shakofana.
How many minutes are we? 40. 40. It feels like 20. Jeez. Okay, let's go to the next. Wow. Okay. Jeez. That makes you a bad person. Yes.
But it depends if it was what discovered now, you know that. Those guys will discover later.
That's not bad.
I want someone with a big D. I almost see them.
Your confidence.
Yes, baby. Yes, got a pink.
Dumantando is an essay actress, influencer, social media personality. So she went on El Tito podcast a couple of days ago, I think 6 days ago. And so, okay, background story. So Duma is a single mother. She's a beautiful daughter. She then meets a guy, gets married in private. No one knows about it. Gets pregnant and has a child. And then she just reveals on this magazine that she has a child. She's married to a guy who has no child. They had their first child together. So she goes on this podcast and then, she's being interviewed. And then she mentions that she, as a single mother, would not have dated a single father.
Those are double standards, I would say.
That's her preference. That's how I'll put it.
Exactly. And then
It's
people
her
went
preference.
crazy.
Yeah.
They were like, you don't deserve to date someone without a child because you have a child. What y'all think about that? Do you think single mothers have it worse? Because she also explained, she was like, it's my preference. It's just like when women say, I prefer a man with money or I prefer a man without money. Do you understand? So it's my preference. I can literally do what I want. Do you think it's fair for her as someone who has a child to say, I don't want someone without a child, with a child?
Look, everybody has their own preferences. If you want your avocado with sugar, that's you. If you want your avocado with salt, that's you. If you want your avocado with spices, that's you. Everybody has different taste. Sometimes you get approached by guys without kids. Others have kids, and you already have your kids. It's up to you to choose whatever you want. The one can come and say, "Good day, look, Inine, I want to marry you, even if we bana 3 or bana 6."
So are you saying, my question is it fair, because she is a child, to then discriminate? It's not like someone without a child to then say, you have a child, I don't want you, but she has a child.
Maybe she has.
The
her
question
own
is why?
experiences.
No, is it
What
because
is
of preference? My question is why doesn't she want someone with a
It's
child?
preference. It's just like she even explained, she's like, it's just like some women say, I can't date a man without money. Like me, I can't. If you're broke, I can't date you. Or some women say, I can't date young guys, and some women are okay with it, right? So that's what's her explanation. It's just what I don't know why exactly she doesn't want. But my question is, because I think the rant on Twitter was, you are not being fair because you have a child already. Saka already, if you're a 10, you're now a 5, so you should also get a 5. Do you understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So I'm asking you guys, do you think it's fair for her to then say, I have a child, but I don't want you to come in my life with a child?
She has the reasons why. Maybe it goes with the guys, the guys with kids. The issues of baby mamas, dramas.
She's also a baby mama, though.
What if she doesn't give her baby daddy drama? You get what I mean? And then she's like, I don't give him, so I wouldn't want that in my plate, you know. Or she's had experiences of, you know, guys with kids saying, no, I'm going to see my kids. Then the next thing is he turns out to, you know, he's with another chick. Maybe it's cheating, maybe it's lying.
The father of a child also comes and sees her. No?
So which means, which means they have a great relationship. Maybe she also doesn't want that, what we call the blended family. So she'd rather have one guy coming to see, her, you know, his daughter, and not having, you know, the kids having two mommies, two daddies type of setup. Maybe that's what she's trying to avoid. I don't know.
No, let's be practical. I would say let's be practical. Munu ane mwana already. Ask kuda ane mwana. I asked why. Preferences. There's this trending meme again now. I want to be practical. Nsikana ushida mkomana ne mota. Endono paka pa side. Paka yako pa side. Ruda mburuma sina mwana, but you've got une mwana wako already. Why? Those are double standards. You cannot request I want a full package when you have a half package, or I want a half package. You should. I can't explain this, but.
So you're saying, okay, so what you're saying is you can't expect what you don't have.
Yes.
Like you're saying, I can't then be like, I want a guy with a car when I don't have a car.
Yes. You can expect what you don't have.
So you're saying she should accept a man with a child because she has a child?
Definitely. She has experienced it. And the man has experienced it as well. So those experiences put together, they bring out something nice.
It's just that she never really spoke about real reasons. I feel like she should.
No, I have a friend of mine. It just reminds me. There was a friend of mine from uni. She was from Kenya. God bless us all. When uni, she met a guy. He had his kids. You know, he had just divorced his wife, and so sometimes we spend time together, right? And this man's kids would call their father, right? And then she came to me one day and she was like, I don't like talking to his kids. I don't like his kids. Like I could see. I'm like, but dude, you want to marry this guy, right? But she was like, I don't like them. I hate them. And I'm like, I was like, I don't think you should marry this guy. I don't think this is not for you. You can never, because if you're hating them now, you haven't even met them. You're just talking. You know, those telling me speak to my daughter, you know, kind of thing. And I'm like, it's not for you. You know, let it go. Like, let this man go because you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be horrible to these kids.
True.
Do you understand? So I feel like there are people that just are like that. If you know you can't date someone with kids, just don't. And I feel like she is being honest with herself to say, look, I don't want it. Maybe she feels like she might not love the kid the same way she loves her own child. She might not be there for the kid the same way, you know, she doesn't have the capacity to, you know, show love, right? However, I also feel for the guys, you know, because I have dated guys with kids. Right, I've dated, going back to someone who's been divorced, and I'll just give an example. It's kind of like you want to experience it. Okay, if for example, if you date someone who's been divorced, right, you're talking about I want a big wedding. They're like, I've already had that. Do you understand? They're like, I've already had that, and you're like, but I want to do the whole thing. I want to do the rora. I want to do the wedding. I want the little bit things, and then they're coming to you like, court is fine. Do you understand? So it could be the same with kids, right? For me, I don't have kids, and then someone comes, but I don't have kids, which is different from her. Someone says, I want to do the baby. I want to experience the whole beauty of. I want to learn with you. I want to do this, and then someone's like, I've been there, you know.
Yeah.
But then for someone who's already been there, again, we don't understand her reasons. I don't know.
I feel like Ntando's
okay, let me before I want to ask you a question, Tara. Saying when I Karwara, the kid is sick. I've married her. I don't have any kid. The kid is in the hospital. Maybe Arwara Uchkoro. Who are you gonna call first? Her dad or me?
Wait.
You, then the dad last.
Nah. That's tricky. And who is he gonna call first, the mom or me? Because if you call the stepdad, and then the dad later comes and knows what you guys have done operation, like how does that even work? Let me ask.
All right, here I am, a whole mother of 3. All right, you know what? I will speak from my own experiences. I have dated guys that have never been married before, and it's not very easy because I'm like, you really don't understand my experiences. When I'm talking about my daughters, when I'm talking about, school, when I'm talking about ABC, anything to do with children, even marriage itself, we're not in the same path. I mean, Ian got curious to understand, okay, what is it about marriage? What is it about,
Why do you have to call their father?
Exactly. And then there's a time when I'm talking to the dad and they feel some type of way, And then I realized, okay, then when I'm with somebody, like, okay, I've dated people that have have been married before and have kids, so they understand. So what I'm talking about, wait a minute, how is it going with with the kids and the dad and all that yada yada. And when I say, oh no, right now she's not feeling okay, obviously I have to call the dad first to say, listen, she's not feeling. Of course, my man is the first person I tell. Then the dad also comes last. Oh God, to know this is what's on the ground. And then certain decisions that have to alter, like as in that are life altering or it's a big milestone and stuff like that. Of course, we need that how. Kuna bay, but that's where we actually sit down and say,
make
listen,
a decision.
What are we doing about A, B, C, and D? And what have we thought? And then I also go back and get advice from A, B, C, D, because cheka would work better. So you guys can sit down and talk about that. And I think and look.
So basically, I don't have any decision.
You do have a decision because kuna the father of the children, auntie. It's more like suma, you get what I mean? But then you will also help me with the decision and the advice, you get what I mean? I know this but then my age like this.
So I said he has so the stepdad has limitations.
He doesn't really have limitations.
But he does because
Not
listen,
really.
okay, let me give you a scenario.
But because he's got kids, he understands, you get what I mean?
So you're saying so your preference, Fadi.
Okay.
So your preference, would it be a man with kids or a man without kids?
Wow. I'm a cocktail. I can go with both, but I do not preference it. I don't mind a guy without. I don't mind a guy with. That I don't mind.
I think it depends on the age of the kids. I know kids, but if they're below 5 or 4 or 3, you'll go back to their mother.
I wouldn't mind them.
3 years old, 2 years. No, I'm saying.
I think at 15, 14, they'll give you an attitude. Definitely they will.
No. Listen. It's better. My reasoning is if you come to me and tell me you've got a child in 1.5 years, your breakup is still fresh because you guys were together like recently, and obviously the kid needs their mother, needs their father, needs a lot of attention, But if they're like 10, I don't care if they give me attitude. I'm here for your dad. Sorry. It's like the child can bath themselves. The child can do a lot of things. Like they're a bit more independent. Do you understand? Unlike 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, where the mother has to stay in hospital with them and the father is there. And I'm like, y'all spending the night together?
You need to be adults about it. I think on the next podcast we need to talk about co-parenting. This one is interesting.
I'm personally saying, which is why I understand. I'm personally saying I can't deal with it. Let me tell you a story. I think I talked about it this one podcast years back. I think my first proper boyfriend. He was a bit older than me, and my aunt told me, "Leave that guy. Is not for you." My aunt, thank you. You were right. He was not for me because my life would be different if I'd stayed with him. So this guy had a kid. I think she was like a year old. I think she was a year old. The kid was a year old. And then one day, I'm calling him in the night. I'm calling him in the evening. He's not answering my call. So I wake up at 4. I'm agitated. I'm like, why is this guy not calling? I go to their house. I peep through the bedroom window. There was the baby mama, the baby, and him. Bruh. Do you know the excuse he gave me? We're
Brother
bonding with the
Bernard.
child. We're bonding with the child. They couldn't go. They came to spend time with me. They couldn't leave Maniru because it's not safe. Bro, I don't want that.
And he was not answering.
So, you know, when the child is like after 6, 7, the child, you all have done the enough bonding. You have after 5 years, I think you've realized, good, no, this we're
not
not meant
working.
to be together. But 1 year, 2 year,
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Yeah. I know 1 year, 2 year, I would understand. It's still fresh and all that. But yeah, some of the relationships are not going to pair up our 1 year, guys. 1 year,
Even actually pregnant, because maybe it could be a mistake. People make mistakes.
But I'm saying, okay, so what do you think are some of the, because, okay, let me ask Fari, to be fair, because you're here, sorry. What do you think are some of the disadvantages of single guys dating, besides the fact that, you know, you have to be constantly in conversation with, talking to their kid's dad? What are some of the disadvantages?
Well, the disadvantages is there's the lack of trust, like from the single guy. Yeah, there's the lack of trust, and even the kids to just like, you know, the step that the
getting
new
there.
the new dad that's coming in. They'll be like, so who is he? You know, with my experience with my own kids, it was like, oh, who is he? You know, and I mean, I have 2 teenagers and an adolescent, so you can imagine the hormones and the attitudes, and they're all girls. They're like, so who does he think he is? That, you know, the type of thing. And he has to work extra hard for them to, like, you know, to have some sort of relationship, to say, listen, I'm not here to take your mom away. I'm not here to replace your dad. I'm just here to be there for you guys. You know, when I'm standing as a friend, as a father, as a guardian, as a protector, that's what I'm here for. You're lucky because you're going to have double that, you know, 2 dads at once. And of course, they become the cooler dads for some weird reason.
Well, you're trying. I mean, if I was to date a guy with a kid, I'd probably be a cool mom.
But another disadvantage is, I'm not saying yeah, single mom type of thing, you know, it's not
Yeah, I was
easy.
about to ask kuti, is there a name for a man akamboita vana? Kune kuti mvana, but kune here varume ane mwana.
Is there a name for single fathers like Mvana? Guys, please help us in the comment section.
I think we now need a word for it.
I think men need to be bashed I think single fathers need the same bashing as single mothers.
Why though?
Wow.
I knew it.
No, because listen, I feel like it's unfair for single mothers to be getting all this.
Asina ane
Yeah,
vana.
no.
Chimborime. No, Chimborime is an married man.
So there's no Shona word for murume ane vana.
Guys, is there shown a word for a man, a single father? That is equivalent to Mbana.
That's
okay.
bad.
Ish, talking about kids. Sorry for that. I keep referring to you because tell me you have kids we don't know about.
No, I don't.
Because essentially, you find maybe tell is a single father we don't know. Maybe we've got kids we don't know about. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you certain?
Certain.
100%.
100%.
Pauna zofa tuzonzuzi. Tumwana watao.
Yeah.
Jenny. Anyway, so talking about kids, I don't have kids, but I know Fari you do.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian pops up with a 12-year-old North Kardashian. I think we'll put the picture on the screen, Atiba.
In
Italy.
Yeah.
In Italy, she is showing her cleavage. She's wearing a short skirt. She's got blue hair. What do you think about that?
You know, do you want to know the difference between Nyema cultures?
Is it a culture thing, though?
I think it's a culture thing. I mean, look, she's
Now
American.
say exposure.
I don't think it's a culture thing.
You think? I think it's a culture thing. Because look, I think she's imitating Harajuku dolls in, you know, the Japanese ones. And she loves Japan the way her dad loves Japan. So that look is more of those type of dolls. You know, the blue hair, the very short skirt, you know, the boots, platform
Cleavage
boots.
at 12?
Yeah. I mean, Asian. Have you looked at Asian anime? Asian anime has lots
No,
of
but I
cleavage.
understand that. But you know, because when people were ranting on TikTok, they were like, she's too young.
She is.
Kim should not be, you know, Kanye should have sole custody, yada, yada. But I'm like, hey, guys, I spend so much time on TikTok, right? Or not even on TikTok. Kwenda pasemi levya. You see these kids dressed like that. My own sister's kid, I think she's like 11 or whatever, she's crying for bump shots. She wants to dress like that, right? Is it not a case of we should just start accepting what it is.
And I think honestly speaking, I think for kids, I should not bias. But now when that kid when she's blessed with all this and then that, that's when people start to talk. When you start to talk now, it's not about that kid; it's about you.
The parent.
No, the person who is
Oh, the
talking.
person commenting is a
Yeah,
problem because
it's-
why are you even seeing a cleavage on a 12-year-old?
Yeah,
But it's women also pointing it out. Mothers. I never commented though. I have a 13-year-old and I'm thinking, whoa, that's
So would
a
you be
little too
okay?
much.
Would you be okay with your 13-year-old dressing like
No.
you wouldn't be okay?
Girl, get that cleavage in. Wear a shirt that covers. I mean, it's a shika and go when you're now an adult and you're able to say, hey,
no, that's
I want
when
this
now
attention.
you're an adult. That's when we will label you Ure.
Yeah.
So when you're a kid, I think no one will label you anything.
No, but
still,
no.
the
They're not
cleavage.
labeling you, but they're labeling your parents because Kim is getting the backlash. So it's not really about you. It's like, why are you allowing your child to dress like that?
You know what? There was nothing wrong with her cleavage, Handy, but because she's 12, that's for starters. If she was 18, 19,
It's
the
okay.
cleavage, no, it wasn't wrong with this, with how the cleavage was. If you're 19 and above, cleavage, you ain't getting right because it wasn't too much showing. There's a time when you show something with a bit of cleavage, yeah, it was a bit of cleavage, but on a 12-year-old, you get what I mean now. It wasn't okay there. When I go Blue Ivy, she's always, Mama, I can't remember putting.
And I think with
I
all
don't want
these
the
socialites, I think it's a strategy somehow. I'll not mention I will not mention names, but I think
If it's international board, do.
no, I think
Do you know what? Do you know how the beehives come for people on Twitter? Beehives will destroy
I am
you.
on the beehive. I'm in the beehive, so I'm also ready to destroy.
I honestly think it's a strategy. We have the same
get-
scenario in Zimbabwe.
With who?
I will not mention names.
In Zimbabwe?
Yeah, someone posted nude
is
pictures
interesting,
that it was a minor, and now we're learning that same minor is now working as what do we call those massage therapists?
I'm lost. It's okay. Let him just continue.
Okay.
Off camera.
Now that same minor is working as a massage therapist. Now my thinking is now that was a strategy. First her nude pictures, and now this is to catch.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you,
Alright.
Tao. I think I
just
know
wanna
where it's
save
going.
money. Let's go international. Let's go international.
I think I know where you're going, and I'm scared of that.
Okay, great.
Okay.
But I get you. Let's continue this.
But no. Okay, for a 12-year-old trying to mimic Maharajuku dolls, that wasn't okay. In Japan, it's okay because we see a lot of Asians looking like that. You know, having the streetwear, gothic type of look. That's what she's going for. And I get cleavage, man. You know, I get a bit more decent, and the skirt a bit longer. It'd be like, it's fine, it's cool. Let her go with that whole anime type of look.
I think we would continue this because this is very interesting and was getting juicy. Tell was coming with juicy information. But
hard.
anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for liking, for commenting. We live for it. Thank you, Fari.
Hi.
This is Farai, Juliet Makada, and Tower behind the scenes. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. I'm going to remind you this until the end of time. Subscribe, follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are there. Talk to us. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, it's on Cook and Wine. Twitter, it's at total_sims. If you have anything that you'd like me to talk about, any comments about the podcast, hit me up and we have a discussion. Other than that, like, subscribe, comment, share. Thank you. Bye.